We're good?
We're good.
Awesome.
Welcome to Aging Backwards with Cherie and Beverly.
Hello, how's everybody?
We are here. Oh, is it gonna work? There it goes. Okay.
Okay.
I got it. Here's our title page.
Love that.
I'm Cherie. I'm a culinary nutrition expert and educator at Cherie Lynn Inc. My program is a step-by-step method to empower exhausted, busy people who suffer from ongoing cravings and stress and just want to lose weight.
I'm in. Hi, I'm Beverly. I'm a certified health coach. I am the owner and CEO of Beverly Hills Health and Wellness Coaching. The clients that I have worked with and coached, they have lost up to 50 pounds in the course of 1 year off a variety of programs, individual, online, group. So come and check out Stepping Into Your Dazzling Health, and we can get you on the path of 50 pounds lighter.
Perfect. Sounds fabulous. So today we have something super fun for you. It's here. The holidays are here.
Yes.
We're officially heading into one of the busiest times of the year. We're also talking about how to have fun and still enjoy the holidays with or without alcohol, and still snacking and enjoying our food. We're going to give you some ideas for meals and snacks without getting totally off track and still enjoy life and your vacations.
Right.
So first of all, because Memorial Day is right around the corner, we'd like to take a moment to thank our military and veterans for their service.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for your service. And, you know, freedom is not free. It comes with a price. And these are the individuals who make that possible for us. So thank you. So grateful.
So before everything ramps up, let's take some time to get prepared for the holidays now.
Yes.
Today is May 17th. It's right around the corner. So a little bit of effort now is going to help you cruise through the holidays without all that added stress. We all have enough added stress already. Correct. We don't need to add any more.
And this is just the kickoff of that season. It goes from May to September. So no matter when you find yourself seeing this, it's applicable. So you can utilize these for several months. So keep that in mind. It's like, oh, it's just May. No, we have, I think it's like the 100 days of the summer season kicks off with Memorial Day. These are critical periods. So yeah.
Yep, it's like the start of everything. Yep.
Correct.
So one thing we want you to know is that it all starts with you taking care of you. Okay, but we have to read our disclaimer first.
Yes, like before we get too far in, we have a disclaimer. I'd like to read it verbatim so we can make sure everybody is clear on the purpose of our having this conversation together.
Absolutely.
This information is for educational and informational purposes only, and solely as a self-help tool for you to use. We're not providing medical, psychological, or nutritional therapy advice. You should use this information, should not, quote, not use this information to diagnose, treat, or any health problems or illness without consulting a medical practitioner. Always seek the advice of your own medical practitioner and or mental health provider about your specific health situation. So for more information regarding this disclaimer, we have a website link listed below. Check that out for the full disclosure. So with that being said, now off to fun conversations.
All right. So festive foods, how to enjoy the holidays deliciously. Okay, so and we're going to give you some tips to stay ahead of the game. Try to make a simple meal plan each week during the holidays so you can avoid too many on-the-go meals. Now, well, you know, we have a lot of carry-out right now. The restaurants are going to be opening up, and you know, I had to be mindful of that situation when I was trying to put this together.
Right, because we're actually in this period of social distancing in certain parts of the U.S. and abroad. So in your location, it's opened up, so you have some opportunities to enjoy gatherings again.
Yes.
Unfortunately, in my area, that's not what I'm experiencing. So this is going to be a unique time to start implementing social gatherings, but it is eventually going to roll out in its entirety by the time the summer comes for most of us here in the United States.
Right, and you're located in DC and I'm in central Wisconsin. So a lot of our bars and restaurants are open except for some counties that were high on numbers. So it's with us, it's to the locality, the local municipals right now. So holiday treats are notoriously high in salt, fat, and sugar, which will just leave you feeling bloated and blah.
Yeah.
So we're going to give you some ideas for trying to avoid that. But most importantly, eating sugary foods affect the good bacteria in your gut that helps you fight off cold and flu viruses, which obviously can have a negative impact on your immune system. So, and having a strong immune system right now, especially, is so important.
Yeah.
So make a list or two. If you have a hectic holiday schedule, start planning now so you can do as much ahead of time as possible. Running around at the last minute trying to get everything done is the absolute worst. Put together a checklist of everything you have to do and then do it. Even better, delegate as much as you can.
Yeah, which is what you're doing today. You have helpers in the background. You're delegating some of the tasks to make this happen. So it's definitely something that can be a family affair or have other people to support you in this. You don't have to pull it off all by yourself. And I think as we go along, we'll talk about how sometimes women have the tendency to take on the entire level of entertaining, and it's kind of draining because you don't have the energy to really enjoy it. So you have to take care of some shortcuts and utilize the people who are there to support you.
Yeah, and you and I personally have discussed that because we take on all the responsibilities, no matter what it is. If it's going camping or going to the hotel or having an activity or having people over, and whether you have children or don't have children, you still take on those roles, and then you need to be able to relax too.
Correct. It's your vacation as well.
Right. And so many times we need to get home from vacation to have a vacation. Like an extra day in there just so we can sit back and relax.
Decompress, right.
And decompress. Yeah. So what are some easy meals you can throw together at the last minute? Okay, my personal favorite, a good cut of meat on the grill. I'm in central Wisconsin. We love our veggie platters and our dips and our hummus. Maybe a salad with some olive oil, balsamic, some good dressings. I was looking in the refrigerator here. I'm at my daughter's house and they've got some good dressings in there. Primal Kitchens has some really good dressings that.
You know, I've heard of them.
You haven't heard of them?
I have, but I haven't actually purchased anything, but I've heard people speak of them. Have you been using them a lot?
The kids love them.
Okay.
I could have Ben grab them out of the fridge for me in a minute.
Okay. And that's one of the things about what we're doing here. We're having these conversations and we're talking about health and wellness practices and things that you can do to pull out some of the heavy sugars or the unhealthy fats. We'll try to bring some type of visual for you to be able to identify what we're talking about. And I think that's one of the fun things that Cherie and I have communicated. Is like, okay, we want this to be a basic conversation that someone who's just starting out on this path, like, hey, I want to get healthy. What are the steps that I need to do to take on this new lifestyle? And you're kind of overwhelmed because there's so much information out there. We're going to be able to provide you with some basic tips and strategies, and we're going to be able to show you some of these shortcuts that we're utilizing. And Cherie, before we came on, was showing me a couple of things, and it was like, oh my God, this is just so amazing. So as we're having this conversation, I'm finding out about, you know, this other item that I've been hearing about. Now I get to see.
Well, we learn a lot from each other,
Correct.
which they, you know, need to realize too. Well, this one is called Full Circle. It's an organic raspberry vinaigrette that the
Nice.
kids have. They do really, really good. There's even this one's not salad, but it's a barbecue ranch with, it's made of avocado.
Avocado oil, healthy
Yeah.
oil. That's good.
Yep.
So do you get it locally, or do you have to order it from their?
Nope, they're getting, I believe they're getting a lot of things at Woodman's. There's a golden barbecue sauce. It's organic and unsweetened. And the one thing that Beverly and I try to stress is lower the sugar.
Yes. So let me tell you, can you flip the label around and let us look at some of the ingredients that's in it? That's always a learning opportunity.
Water, organic crushed tomatoes, organic yellow mustard,
And
organic
it's things that you
vinegar.
know, it's not these
Yep.
chemicals. So awesome.
Paprika, apple cider vinegar, sea salt, cumin, all the good stuff.
All of the things that you know, it's nothing in there that
Yep.
you can't identify with. So that's awesome.
Black pepper, oregano. There's a regular barbecue sauce that's also unsweetened. These are
So there's like
primal
zero
kitchen.
sugar in the barbecue sauce, because that's something I miss. Is sometimes when the grilling is taking place, some people don't like to have food that's just smoked.
Yep.
They want to have a little sauce to it, and I find like all of the sauces, barbecue sauces, they have so much sugar. So that's a nice option.
On the very bottom, it says no soy, no sugar. It's Whole30 compatible. And on my
Awesome.
slides, I put Whole30 as a source. She has on the Whole30 website has a lot of good grilling recipes and just a lot of recipes in general. So that's a good source to go find some recipes for your holidays.
Awesome. Well, that's an amazing share.
And ketchup, organic,
It's funny because some
unsweetened.
ketchup has too much sugar, and imagine like all the kids, like little tiny kids, little, what do they call little people?
Little
You
people,
give
the
them
little.
French fries, and the first thing they want is like dunk them in all of this ketchup with all of this sugar, and
Right.
it's like developing their palate for that sugar. So now you have an option there. That's
And
great.
this has no agave, honey, or cane sugar. There's no
That's
sugar in this.
wonderful.
Yeah. So the sugar is what we really.
Yes.
And the other thing, since I showed you the barbecue sauce, I'm going to show you the, if you know, you ever use coconut aminos?
I don't think so.
Okay, coconut aminos. This one's a teriyaki sauce. You can use this instead of Worcestershire sauce, because if you're gluten free, if you can't eat gluten, coconut aminos is your answer.
I don't think I've ever had that.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm learning too. Thank you. That's awesome.
Just so you guys know, we just totally went off script. That was not even in our.
But it was meant for someone. It's going to make a big difference.
My kebabs, it does tie in though, because the kebabs that I have behind me are in teriyaki sauce. Oh, they're marinated in teriyaki sauce. So, yeah. So I could actually, we could jump to that.
Yeah, sure. You know, we're having a conversation, so it's not scripted to the degree we can't make it what we want for our conversation, and the people listening, I'm sure that they appreciate it as well.
Right. I think the only other point on this slide was, when you make a meal, make enough so that you have some leftovers the next day. Like if you have baked potatoes or sweet potatoes and you have leftover chicken and vegetables, make a loaded baked potato for breakfast the next day and throw some eggs and bacon with it. You can do things like that and kind of like meal prep and group and keep it simple for yourself. You're too busy to do all this stuff.
Correct.
You know, most people are
busy lives.
Busy. You're busy. And if you don't grill, sheet pan recipes. You know, you can Google sheet pan recipes. So my sources on here are Whole30, which was, those were Whole30 compliant, says right on the bottle.
Okay.
If you've never
yeah,
looked that up.
I use it as a resource quite some time, but I remember when the book came out years ago that this was a very new perspective for me to think about. So yeah, it's really
right. Then there's Steph Godrow. I love her. She has her own programs. Megan Teltner, she does the culinary program that I took, and then Alana's Pantry. So those are some sources that I go to. I was looking through all of my emails and things. I'm like, these are my main people that I love. I love. Okay.
Tried and tested.
Tried and tested. Yeah. And I love every recipe that they have. There's nothing that I'm like, oh, I'm never going to do that again. I mean, everything is fabulous. They're well tested.
And I'm looking at the pictures of all of this food. It looks so appetizing because it's like, it's the natural source of food. It's not like it's swimming in a sea of gravy. It's like, you can tell it's corn. It's vegetables. So, that's awesome.
These kebabs that I'm showing you right now have the vegetables and the meat together.
Skewered.
And you can do that. You know, you can do that. So now when you use the skewers, I have some back here. Like these ones are wooden. Make sure that you soak them before you use them, because otherwise, you know, they're wood. You're just gonna burn them up.
Okay.
So, or if you don't have the skewers, you can use a grill basket.
Okay.
Right? Yeah. And you can drizzle things with an avocado sauce. There's a good healthy fat for you. So one thing that we're cooking today, we've just turned this into a cooking show, by the way.
You know, this might be in your future. Can you imagine? What was it? Was Rachel Ray how she got started?
I don't know. So I went to the meat market, okay, and I was looking at kebabs because I'm taking the easy way out because I didn't have time to cut all the vegetables and do all this stuff. So she says, we don't have any more kebabs because we're not open tomorrow. But we can make some. I said, no, you don't have to make any. Don't go to the trouble of doing that. So she says, well, what about sticklers? I said, what is a stickler?
Sticklers,
a stickler is a chicken thigh that is cut thin and marinated. This one's got barbecue seasoning on it.
Oh.
Okay. So it's on the skewer. Okay. And then the other one is marinated in teriyaki sauce.
Wow. That's awesome.
So my son-in-law,
some people can't really digest the beef. Some people can't. So chicken is a lot easier on the digestive system.
And you can use shrimp and other things. So those are going to be put on the grill for us.
Perfect.
And the best find, is, check this out.
It's like all veggies. And it's already ready to go.
It's already ready to go.
That is fantastic. How much time does it take to get all of those vegetables chopped up, put them on the skewer, get them prepared with some, now you just have, that saved you at least an hour.
$4.
That is awesome.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So that's what I was telling Ben. By the time I would have bought everything, my time yesterday was valuable. There's onion and yellow pepper, green pepper, asparagus.
Yeah, it's very visually appealing.
Yeah, so I've got
and asparagus and a mushroom. Nice, something for everybody.
So you can put the meat on one and put the veggies on the other. And if you want these a little bit more al dente, you know, a little crisper, and the meat more well done, you don't have it together. So very, very
beautiful.
Cool.
Beautiful.
So
is that something that's normally always available, or are they preparing for people who are going to be doing more grilling out for the nicer weather?
You know, the kebabs are available all the time, but not like this.
Okay. Okay.
Like this is, I've never seen the veggies like this. And when I asked her yesterday, I said, what is the most popular for Memorial Day? Ribs.
Is that right?
Ribs were gone. And I said, well, what next?
To be prepared for having ribs, huh?
I know. She put on, she told me about these German brats. Have you ever had brats?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So she told me about these German brats that they're 5th generation. There's no corn syrup. There's no sugar. I got to go back and get me some.
Wow.
I know. I'm like gonna have brats this next weekend.
They have an Oktoberfest here, and for about a week, you can get anything German in like the parameter of a nice, walking weekend, So I've gone and actually gone to Germany, but it's nice to be able to have those experiences, to have some place that you can go and try the German beers and try the foods. And I think the potato salad is a little different than ours. So yeah, I have. It's really nice to have a different cultural experience with their food.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love trying all of it. And the best part that she said was no corn syrup and no sugar.
Yeah, and their food is hearty. It's very, it's not like a light something for, let's say if you're into health and wellness, you have to be selective about what you're going to have, because they have large portions, very heavy carb. I mean, I think it's because of the area that they live in the world. It's maybe colder, and they need those types of foods for sustainability more so. Where here, it's all right to participate for Oktoberfest, but I couldn't eat like that on the regular. But it was a really good experience. But just to keep that in mind, like it is very dense, and it's like comfort food, I guess you think of.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I love comfort food too.
Comfort food doesn't make me very comfortable, so I do it very sparingly. But yeah, I feel like this time of year, it's like you're going to be invited to certain events, and then it's just like, if you make good choices most of the time, then when you have this, there's no guilt. You need to enjoy life.
Right. Yeah, because it does make me feel bloated. So a lot of burgers, a lot of brats. Oh, they have a bacon and cheese burger, and they had a ribeye burger.
Wow.
So brats, chicken, pork chops. A good cut of meat. A good cut of meat.
Great.
So you can grill corn on the cob too. You can grill it with just remove the hair. Pull it back, remove the hair, and then and we soak them. I don't know. Do you do it that way?
No. What do you mean soak it? Like in water?
Soak them in water. Yep.
And what does that do?
Well, it helps steam them.
Oh, gotcha. That makes sense.
It helps steam the corn. Yeah.
So it's not so hard. That is so. See, I didn't know that, because I normally just grill mine. Like the picture on the right is like all of the husks are taken off, and I roll it on. But that's a good idea if you think about it, because it will stay moist with that husk still on the.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So I tried to show both ways. I tried to show both ways, because like I heard a girl in the grocery store yesterday, she's like, they have no corn on the cob. Well, it's not really in season right now, right? So, but you can buy the corn on the cob in the frozen section.
Correct. Yeah.
You can do it that way if you need to. There's options. So, but then this picture shows you with a husk on it. Just pull it back, take the hair out.
Yeah.
Soak it, and then sprinkle on your favorite herbs: paprika, lime, cilantro, melted butter.
I love corn, and I am very cognizant of having corn.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of those foods that it will pack the weight on you. So I like to do it on special occasions, and grilled corn is absolutely one of my favorites. Love it.
Good.
Great choices there.
So don't sabotage your snacks, right? You're going into the holidays, and to make the most out of your snacks, avoid the hanger. Follow the protein, fiber, fat rule of maintaining healthy blood sugar, maintaining your blood sugar.
Blood sugar levels, yeah.
Yeah. So I have some options here. Bacon lettuce cups. Taking a good piece of lettuce and putting your tomato, your bacon, your feta or blue cheese crumbles. You could add some jalapenos and avocado,
oh my gosh, that sounds delicious.
or tuna, and that's easy, you know. So I put a little picture up on top with some good lettuce leaves, something with good nutrition, not just iceberg.
Right.
Get some romaine.
Right.
Yeah. So
yeah, we actually had something similar that for dinner a couple of days ago. I had this container of, I think it was like chopped pork that I got from Costco. It's just like a family size, and I took it, and I actually, what you have with the jalapenos, I sliced several jalapenos and sauteed them in some olive oil, and then I shredded some of the pork into the meat to season it, to make it really spicy. And then we just took lettuce and used that as the, like for the wrap. Some people use, was it the pita breads, I think it is. I don't think that's an option, but you can use the lettuce. It worked just perfectly. Put your meat inside, which happened to be the pork, roll them, and it was so good with that spiciness of the jalapeno and the savoriness of the pork and the crispness of the lettuce. It's like you have to think of different ways to reinvent a meal, and it was very filling. It was fantastic. Absolutely love it. But I like the fact that yours has the crumbled blue cheese. That would have been a nice option. Didn't even think about that. That would have been really good. Awesome.
Yeah, just those little extras like that. You know, you got avocado mayo you can use.
Yes.
You know, drizzle some avocado sauce. Prosciutto.
Yeah.
Prosciutto wrapped asparagus.
Yeah, spent some time over in Europe, and I think it was in Italy. You found them all the time, the prosciutto wrap, and also with the cheese on the sides too. So yes,
Right.
fell with it there.
I'm like, where did I put it? So I have it.
There you go.
Let me see. Let me show you something.
And asparagus are so good for you too.
So if you've never done that before, the prosciutto is really thin.
Really thin, right.
Right? And this is just a half, and just roll her up.
Roll it, right.
Just roll it.
And it gives such good flavor. It's like that bacony savoriness, delicious. Wrapped into that asparagus with a little crunch to it.
Right.
Perfect.
So just like that, I'm going to pass that on to the grill man. My son-in-law, Ben's my grill man. Where's my grill man? So
you've got great help with Ben.
Ben, you ready to grill?
I love the idea about the veggie wrap, because you could actually, if you think about it, like take either bell peppers, like the colored bell peppers, like the red ones, the green ones, the yellow, really colorful, and do wraps like that as well.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just like thinking outside of the box. I eat bell peppers. They have those like the mini bell peppers, and I love them. The ones that come, they're really small. Just cut them in half, and I might put a little cream in the middle, some sour cream or something, cream cheese in the middle of it. I just love it because it's really crispy and it's crunchy, and each color has its own distinctive flavor. It's got good fiber to it. So yeah, I love finding those in the store. I think you find like a bag and it'll have, I don't know, a couple dozen in there.
Well, and you can drizzle things with olive oil and add a little Himalayan sea salt on top. Like these veggie skewers. All you gotta do is drizzle a little of olive oil back and forth on there. Perfect.
Yeah. Sounds yummy.
The other thing that I did was you mentioned the jalapeno. I made my own jalapeno poppers.
What kind of cheese do you have?
I put goat cheese in some of them, and then Ben and I thought cream cheese on the other. So half I did with the crumbled goat cheese, and the other I did with, see, the crumbled goat cheese. It's just
Yeah.
Okay, and so that you know what to look for.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. Otherwise, just cream cheese,
Mm-hmm.
and then take and wrap it up.
That's really good to know because I'll have, what was it? My husband, I don't do the cooking like in my household, but he would take like diced chicken
Yeah.
and mix it with some cheese and stuff it into the jalapeno and just stick them in the oven.
Nice.
Yeah, those.
Well,
And I think maybe he did some. I'm trying to remember whether he breaded something with something. I don't remember, but they're really good. I love jalapenos. Just I haven't had a jalapeno that I didn't love. Sometimes they made me cry because it was so hot, but it's just like bring on the flavor.
well, and the hotness is in the seeds. So if you remove the seeds, you're good.
Yeah, I've heard
You know.
people say that it's in the seed, but I never take the seed out. I can, because I think there's a lot of really good healthy benefits to the seed. That's the basis of where everything
Oh.
comes from. So yeah, I mean,
Okay.
that's me personally. I try
Okay.
to not discard the seeds. Other than jalapenos, like I'm not saying that I eat seeds in all items,
Right.
but yeah, just in the jalapenos, it's really spicy.
So another snack, like I said, don't sabotage your snacks. So another thing I did was, this is a cucumber slice.
That is delicious looking. I love cucumbers.
And it's so simple, and they're so cheap. So I cheated, people. I took some holy moly guacamole, put it on top, threw some salmon on there. You can use salmon, shrimp, chicken,
Oh,
whatever you
yummy.
want. And then I made it pretty by adding all of the capers on top, and adds flavor.
That looks so delightful. It like a piece of art.
Yeah, I think it's all in the appearance.
Yes.
Everything's in the appearance.
Yes.
This one has tahini. No, I used hummus. I
Okay.
have the tahini here.
Okay.
Tahini is the roasted sesame seeds.
Mm-hmm,
You can use that for things
Love that.
as well. But the carrot sticks, celery sticks, you can use that. But this one's got some seasoning on top. Looks really, but this is with hummus.
Hummus.
So
Okay.
there
Love
are
hummus too.
simple things that you can do, that you don't have to just have the chips and dip and all the processed stuff.
Right, because in my mind I'm thinking most people will have a cracker with that on top.
Right.
You're using the cucumber, which is
Mhm.
much healthier, and to me a whole lot more flavor than would be in the cracker.
Right. Right. Absolutely. So
Is that
I think,
Lana? Hey, Lana.
yeah. So hang on a second. We don't want her to have. She was reaching for the toothpicks. When the box of toothpicks is gonna go.
I'm going to say, yeah, you'll have a fun time trying to find all of those.
Yeah. So, one thing.
I
Oh,
love
I have.
that idea with the cucumbers. That's amazing. I have to try that one.
So, like I said, things are about the present. Ben, if you want to put those on, you can anytime. So, when you're doing your snacks and trying to get everything like presentable, there's little toothpicks you can use for
holiday toothpicks. Everybody has their own, so they don't have to touch them. Yeah.
Or I'm in Wisconsin, go Packers. Or you can put
You're
the
gonna
red and
start
green.
something with that one, Cherie.
Christmas, I know, right? Don't contact me about my football preferences.
And I have no fight in the football field area, so it's all on Cherie. She'll have to talk about the football.
There's little Broughton hot dog holders, festive. It's all about the appearance.
Yes,
and
right.
the little
festiveness.
The boat to put stuff in.
Right.
It's all, decorate the table and stuff and put out the healthy food. They'll eat it.
Right.
You've got
It just looks appealing and put it out there. I agree, because the things that you have shown, it looks so appetizing. And when you add all of the color and the flair, it's just like, okay, count me in. I got to try a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you know, make it enjoyable and
engaging for everybody.
Yeah, it's all in the presentation. There's even these little paper cups.
Oh, nice.
These ones are paper, and these ones are plastic. I don't like to buy plastic unless but I did for this. I'd rather get the paper because recycling purposes.
Correct.
You can make it fun. You can make everything fun. You know, there's always
like Elton John there, right?
These are the Elton John.
All right.
There we go. Got the stars. You can even put a couple little, you know, candles out on the table, and you know, people come up there. They're gonna want to try your stuff.
Well, I feel like I'm missing out because on my side I don't have all those goodies.
Right. So, oh, it just started raining here, I think. The one thing that we also want you to remember is, you know, while you're doing all of this, go and take a walk for yourself and, you know, keep your stress level down.
Correct. Right. So, and that's another thing about eating. If you're having all of these different foods and you find that your blood sugar has spiked by going out and walking, that can help to bring more balance. Stay here. She followed Daddy out to the grill. Okay. So and also burn off some of the calories for some of the things that you ate, help you to digest your food. So it's really important to try to find that time to walk. Well, and when you work out, your body releases the feel-good hormones, the mood-boosting hormones. So you're going to feel better as well. Mm-hmm. So. Right. Yeah. Yeah, you got to have things in balance. You can't just eat. You got to find time to, okay, get out, get you some fresh air, move. Right. You know, that's really good to keep yourself healthy. So on my slide, it says, give your summer lemonade a patriotic flair with red or blue berries. Add a sprig of mint, slices, or lemon. These kind of jumped around and they're kind of in the way. Whoops, I don't know how to go back. All right, I'll just, hang on. Let me just stop share. Okay, so my lemonade. Oh, look at that, nice. So I have lemonade and I've got the lemon makes it. I put a sprig of mint. We have mint in there? Sprig of mint. Really good. These pretty festive straws. Straws, right. How exciting. This one's a raspberry, so I put the raspberries in there with the lemon, and then I can just, you know, you want some blue? Here's the blueberry. Oh, you put that in there. That's makes it look even, drink. You know, woo, there's the blue. Awesome. That's fabulous. Nice. Very nice. Yeah. So these straws. These are nice paper straws. I got one of my blue mason jars. Mm-hmm. What a great decoration. Put a little that is pretty. Sign around here if you want. There you go. That is pretty. And you said, are they just biodegradable? Yeah, those are just paper. That's awesome. That's really so those are fun. That's awesome. That looks so delicious, so refreshing too. With the fruit that's in there, it's like you have a treat when you finish your drink. Oh. That reminds me. So the fruit, see, I'm going to forget things and then I'm going to be mad at myself. So when I was talking to skewers before, this is something that you can let the kids do, but you can make a fruit skewer. You got pineapple and grapes and raspberry, blackberry, kiwi, blueberry. Nice. But have the kids involved. Yep, and then they can just eat it. Right. And another thing about that is like the kids are learning to practice healthy eating habits. Right. Right. And then one more. I lie. There's not just one more. We have plenty for you here. These are tomatoes with a little mint on there. Oh, that's neat.
It's the goat cheese. So I had Ben
You
cut
just
them
cut it in
for me.
half. Is that what you did?
Can you see it? Cut it in
Yes.
half, put the goat cheese in there,
Okay,
and
yes.
then just take the bit and put it on top. And
Oh,
then
but
eat
that
it
is
that way.
so pretty on a plate.
Yeah, it's hard to see it. I
Yeah,
can't
I'm
sit
sure,
straight.
but I know when
Yeah.
somebody goes to your table and sees it, it's so engaging, so inviting for them. Like, oh, I just have to try that.
So we'll take pictures and we'll put it on our social media.
Those
So,
are really great ideas.
and I have just a couple more. This is just a tray. It's not going to work like that. So
Those
on
are
this tray, you got
That's your fruit.
some cherries.
Mm-hmm.
I got some veggie cheese, some sharp, some Gouda,
That's my
just some
favorite.
mozzarella, the Brazil nuts, the macadamia nuts, and I think you're snacking on some there as well.
I do. I have my little snack of macadamia nuts. I also have some Brazil nuts. And I don't know if I'm going to be successful, but these are my pumpkin seeds. So this was to hang with Cherie, like when she's doing all the eating and I have no food. I'm like, I need to have something. So I have a couple little things to snack on.
Right, and if you're out camping or whatever, you can use these little muffin cups. These are paper as well, and
Individual servings.
put a couple little things out on the table for inviting for everybody.
Right.
So
Great ideas, great tips.
yeah. So, well, just one thing to remember too, though, is to relax, make time for your family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because what?
Be present.
Be present. Yeah, make some new traditions. So, let go
Well,
of
you've given
things.
us some nice ideas about some things. Those were going to be something that I'm going to incorporate, several of those ideas.
Well, and I think one of the things I told you is sometimes I feel like I have an expectation of how things should go
Mm-hmm.
when we're not in control of those things. So sit back and let it go. Yes,
Yeah.
just let it go.
Yeah.
You know, and enjoy and watch the children run around and, you know.
Yeah.
So
those are precious times.
they are precious times.
Mm-hmm.
So on here, sparkling celebrations. Beverly came up with the name of that. Daddy just went out to grill. How to enjoy the holidays responsibly and healthy.
Correct. So, as Cherie and I were having our conversations, I told her I wanted to have something to drink and kind of toast along with her. And I am going to share my drink. Can it be seen? Can you see that, Cherie?
I can see that.
So you would think that this may be some type of, I don't know, lime surprise or something. And it's deep, dark, rich green.
So what is?
Say, we have the holiday theme up in the celebration. I have to really be honest and let you know that this is not an alcoholic drink at all. Sorry, but not to say that I'm not a proponent of having alcohol, and you can do it responsibly and also foster your health concerns. But this for me is a green drink. I get my morning started with my lemon water, then maybe I'll have a cup of coffee, and sometimes I feel like I want something else before I actually start eating. I haven't actually did my meal for the day. And please go back and look at some of the videos that Cherie and I have shared, because there's one on intermittent fasting, so I haven't had my first meal for the day. But I am consuming my nutrients, and I'm doing so in a green drink. So that's what you actually saw in my glass. This is just a bottle of water initially, and I put green powder in it, and it's super green. It's got spirulina, you know, wheatgrass. I think I have some matcha. It's like a blend of a lot of different dehydrated greens. And I just put it in water, shook it up, and I put it in my beautiful glass. That's one of the things I always do for myself. I always drink out of pretty glasses. And because we're doing celebration, I added my little side of lime. And Cherie did the earlier one that had actual lemon on it. So what I wanted to do is share some alcoholic and non-alcoholic options for you. So if you have this big spread that Cherie has shared with us so beautifully with so many different options, you want to give people the opportunity. Hey, Lana. Hey, that's our little helper. She's helping food testing.
Yes.
How you doing?
Danny went to go put the kebabs on, so she was standing by the door because he shut the door on her. So.
Oh, bless her heart.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is too, it's okay not to drink. It's okay. You don't have to have an alcoholic drink, but if you do want one, then have one. You know, if that's your thing. But our whole thing is to choose wisely on what you want.
Right.
So let me go back to these, share the screen. Wine.
Okay.
Sparkling.
So there's a reason why I'm sitting at my bar.
Yes.
This is my bar, truly my bar. This is kind of centrally located in the house. So when we have guests to come over, usually it's the light stuff right here because we have the other bar downstairs where like the guys hang out with all of the, you know, heavy, what is it, like cognacs and liquors and stuff like that. That's not one of the things that I normally have, but we do have options. So this is the lighter version. So this is what I'm going to show you. So I'll start with the wines. I was telling Cherie that I'm a part of a wine club, and I'm a member that gets shipments, I think it's like every other month. And this company does sugar-free wine. So these are healthy wines that have low or no sugar. They have low alcohol content and the different sulfites and things that are in a lot of our wines that cause you to have headaches or cause you to be nauseous. None of these are included in their wines, or very minimal when it comes to some of the contents to allow them to ship the wines and allow it to be fresh. So I'm going to share a few of those with you. I got my shipment. I think I showed it to Cherie earlier this week, and it comes in a box, and I think it's like 6 in a box. It was called a Sparkling Celebration, and there were a variety of sparkling wine. So I'm gonna pull them from the bar and just show you a couple to give you some idea of what you can also do to drink or provide drinks to people who are going to be celebrating with you without having to be concerned about them being overly intoxicated because the alcohol content is low. And also if you're looking at the sugar content, that's not a concern at all. So I am going to just pull one. I guess I should grab it. So it's easy to grab. So it's by a company called, if you can see that, Cherie, let me know. But it's Dry Form Wine, and this is their symbol right here. And if you look at the content at the bottom, it'll tell you what vineyard it comes from. They work with really small vineyards. They do testing, if you see right here, the lab testing to make sure it has very low sugar content. And this particular one, I can't tell, but it looks like it's kind of a fruity one. It's like some kind of Bianco. And so that's so nice. And this is a sparkling. So very nice options for somebody who wants to do something, because a lot of your other champagnes, they can be so heavy in the sugar and also give you this headache because of the way that they process the wines and the preservatives that you put in there. So these are really great options. So this is one. I guess I'll put them where you can see them. There was, let's see, I'll get this one for you. All right, so this is a red wine, same company.
Looks lovely. Looks wonderful.
Yeah, really nice. And you get different wines every time. So it's not always the same thing. It's something new and different. So there you can have somebody that visited like, well, you know, I don't do red wines. Do you have something white? Or do you have something that's a little lighter? So you have the sparkling version. So those are nice options for you that you can celebrate and have no guilt about it. The other sparkling that I would share is, I thought I was situated where you could actually see it. All right, so now this is a way for you to provide people with, and don't take the brands that I'm showing. I'm just sharing as informational because you can find, what I'm saying is like serving size. This is just kind of off the shelf in any, what's it called, like a alcoholic beverage store. And you can go to a wine shop and just get the single serving sizes, you know, because my thing is like, once you open a bottle of champagne, it really is not going to stay as fresh and sparkly after a couple of hours. But if you buy the little smaller options, that way you can responsibly give drinks to your guests, and you know how many you have. There's usually like, sometimes they come 2 in a pack or 3, sometimes 4. But you know, once you serve these, that's it. You don't have to worry about keeping everybody constantly with bottles and bottles of champagne. Little small serving sizes. So I think that's a good option.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, and then the thing, yeah, go ahead, Cherie. I didn't want to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just saying that's a great idea. You know, because
really love that.
a lot of times then the bottle sits there, you know, after your guests leave, maybe they wanted a glass of something and then there's the bottle sitting in the fridge and you don't necessarily drink it, or
right,
you know,
it just ends up going to waste. I actually
right.
have a bottle just like that. It was opened some time ago and it's just sitting in the fridge, so it's just not any good. But the little small serving sizes are just fine. So I think if you go back to the slide, I want to make sure I covered all of those.
Okay, hang on.
I think I had like beer in there.
Yep, beer.
Okay, yeah, so I'm not particularly a beer drinker, but I imagine where you are, there's a lot of football parties that take place and the beer shows up with the pizza and the wings and everything. So if you are really concerned about, you know, having beers and trying to make healthy options, beer manufacturers have heard the voices of people who are trying to stay healthy but want to enjoy a beverage like a beer. So there's very low carb beers now with low calories. So I don't particularly have any in my bar because that's not my thing, but I did go online and research some low carb beers, low calorie beers, and there was several lists from major distributors, and you can find different options based on your preference. One of the other things that I would say is like there are light ales out there, and those are good options as well for some people who don't really like the beer, but they want something similar to a beer, that the ales would be a good choice as well. So do you have parties where you see people who have these type of beers because of like the football parties in your area?
Well, we have, like, I've tried the gluten-free beers that we have in the area, and I'm fine with them. Even at our local Luigi's, I could get them.
Okay.
So they are available when you go out. A lot of my friends, I'll go on stop share as well. They like the White Claw.
That was one that I was going to pull out. So what type do you have right there?
This one's lime.
Lime?
Because I have a margarita recipe I want to share with you.
So here's one that my husband bought for me.
Yep, black cherry.
Black cherry.
And there's
these are big ones too, because they actually come like a lot smaller than these. So I think this is almost like the shareable size.
Oh, I've never seen that.
Yeah, they come smaller. I think.
This is 12 ounces.
No,
this one's 12 ounces. That's a big one.
Yeah, this is, I can't even tell.
Okay.
A pint, 3.
Oh.
1.3 something. It's huge. It's huge.
Oh, and that's the other thing.
I was going to say, look, the sugar is very low on there.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the big concern. Like,
yeah, because this one's 100 calories.
Packing all the sugars on here. The carbs are low. There's only 3 carbs in here. So these are nice options, and I think these are relatively new to the market. And this is just one brand. There's several different brands that are out. I think that there's like
there's Truly and some other brands.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah, and you and I talked about the liqueurs and things. You got to try to stay away from those high sugar drinks and the mixes with your hard liquor. So if you have vodka or you have whiskey and you're putting the sugary drink with it, the sugary soda and whatnot, then you're adding all that extra sugar.
Yeah, you got to definitely be mindful of that. But this was the last one that I was going to share. This is it's made by one of the beer manufacturers, and this one has only, it says less than 1 gram of sugar and only 2 carbs and only 100 calories. Perfect. So you can have that without guilt.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So this is, like I said, this is just one brand. It is not to, advocate any one over another. It's just giving you some options, and you can do your own, research when you go out. If you go to some of these stores in the holidays, they'll probably have so many of these, in inventory preparing for the holidays. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I think the other section that I was talking about was, I think this must be my husband there, because this is not me. Look what I found.
What is it?
It's a light.
Oh, Bud Light. Okay.
It says a light version.
I can. Ooh, that looked good.
So
just push it on. You can push it on. Awesome.
Yeah, I can't tell.
The grill man did good.
Oh, he's got the foods?
Yeah.
Well, this was low carb. It's like 6 carbs and only 110 calories. So, yeah.
Perfect.
Get in there. So, did you want to take a break and go back to the food, or did you want to finish up drinks?
Well, I'll show it to you, and then Ben can eat if he wants. So, looks nice. Look at it. Even has some char on there.
Yummy.
Looks fabulous.
That looks delicious.
Okay. And then we've got the teriyaki one and the other one.
And what did you say those were called? Chickies?
Sticklers.
Sticklers.
They're on little sticks.
Sticklers. That's neat.
Sticklers. So the gal at the meat block told me that the one with the barbecue seasoning, then they take that and they dip it in the barbecue sauce.
Oh, okay.
You don't have to, but I showed you the Primal Kitchen barbecue sauces, so that's, you're still eating healthy.
Right.
So, yeah.
That looks so good. I feel like I am so missing out.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I know. And then, and he grilled the jalapeno poppers as well, or you can put those in the oven at 400. In the oven,
yeah, we talked about those. Yeah.
Yeah, but he put these ones on the grill. I said, try them on the grill.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, okay,
That's awesome.
back to,
That's awesome. Yeah, now I want to go. I think I could probably do the jalapenos because I think we have jalapenos that I can probably put some cream cheese on and enjoy that. That sounds like a good appetizer for me. Okay, so where do we stop? So we
okay,
covered some of the
hard
hard
seltzer.
seltzer. Yep. And
Okay.
okay, so this is I don't know if you can see, but this is like a sake.
Oh,
This is like Japanese liquors, and it's really
oh,
light. It's like made, I think, like a rice base, and it's clear. And
okay.
you just put them. There's little small sake cups that they use that they literally are about this size that you put sake in, and that's the extent of what they drink. It's not like having a glass of whiskey, but it's lighter. You'll get a much smaller serving size, and it's a different taste, very different taste, much lighter, but it's an option.
Okay. I've never had that. So
Yeah, and
that's,
I have to say that here's one that I got on my travels that I refused to open, but was in the cutest bag.
it is.
But I won't open it. But isn't that how cute is that?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's pink. You know, I love my pink. So,
Yeah.
but some celebration, I'll crack it open. Maybe you'll have to come and we'll hang out and maybe we'll open it together. I don't know. We'll see.
That would be fabulous. That would
But
be fabulous.
those are my options for having alcohol, having them with lower calories or smaller quantities. Okay.
Right.
Now, the very last category here is one that you can just have a lot of fun with. It's non-alcoholic. Just like I had my green drink, you can make some type of drink just like that, put it in a cute glass, throw some garnish on it, and it would be a winner. Just like you
Right.
had yours with the fruit and you had the lemon slice and you had a little
Mm-hmm.
bit of mint on top. Those
Yep.
are non-alcoholic and they're very nice for eye appeal.
Right.
So
And if you dress it up like that, then it just seems so special.
so festive, right?
Yeah, festive. So your non-alcohol drinks that you have listed here, Bev, are kombucha, apple cider, a juice splash, mocktails, sangria,
Right.
and then the wine and beer on the bottom there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're non-alcoholic wine beer. So this is
Yeah.
the kombucha right here. Um, Kombucha can be a health drink, but you really have to be mindful of the sugars that's in the kombucha. It's fermented tea and it has like probiotics that help with digestion and getting you with good bacteria in your body. But just look at the sugar on that. It's like 20 some grams of sugar in this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, oh, this one is 14. This is 14. So this is not as bad as some, but they
Mm-hmm.
can go really high.
Yeah, some can get high.
Yeah, but you can
So,
kind of take this and split it amongst like a couple of people, or you can take this and use this as a base in the drink and add sparkling water to it.
yeah.
So that's another option. So it's somewhat healthy. Yeah, that's what you just showed, your Pellegrino. There you go.
Little Perrier. Yeah.
So maybe put half in a glass and then put the rest of it with sparkling water. It's got a nice taste to it. It's got a little sparkling flavor to it because of the fermentation, but I enjoy these. These are nice treats for me.
Okay.
Okay, and then I think the last one was, these are what I tell you, I give away the little things for just for people who are not drinkers. I will take them and put them in a gift bag. This is sparkling apple cider vinegar, and it's so amazing. It's really, really tasty. It's nice and festive. When you open it, it pops like a bottle of champagne.
That's what I was going to do. I was going to get one of those and have Ben open it for us because that's what I struggle with is opening those things.
Yeah. Well, these are a little easier. It's not like you have that as much pressure in them with the bottles
Okay.
of champagne, but these
Okay.
are great options. So you have a nice variety that we've shared. Another one I would say, Cherie talked about it, like some people, they like to have their drinks with the really heavy juices, and I would caution that if you're going to have the juices, be mindful how many calories are packed in there, because it
Mm-hmm.
can add up. You know, I love my grapefruit juice, love grapefruit juice a lot, but it sneaks up on you. You know, those calories, they really do. They really,
Yeah.
I'm
And
not immune from it either.
you know, there's a lot of natural sugar in the juices as well. So just be mindful. Um, the one thing that I was doing yesterday when I was going through my email was I ran across an email from Ilana's Pantry. And Ilana had on a margarita recipe.
Oh yeah, you
And
told me about that.
yeah, and it's 1 ounce tequila, 8 ounces of soda water, like
Mhm.
the,
We were just
the
talking about, right?
yep. And then she has these electrolytes, LMNT electrolytes that are from Elemental Labs, and that is from Rob Wolf, that he created those along with his team,
Mm-hmm.
and they're for people that lift really heavy and they're doing keto, and it helps them to prevent them from having the keto flu.
Mm-hmm.
And she put this in a combination into her margarita where she has a little of her tequila,
Mm-hmm.
a little lime,
Mm-hmm.
and then she adds electrolytes. So she's trying to make a healthy version of an alcoholic drink. So
Right.
she's hydrating and dehydrating at the same time. So she calls it a healthy detox retox. She said that's the new trend. So I thought that was interesting.
I
So
like the fact that it has electrolytes in it. I've never seen it with the electrolytes.
I ordered some because I have to try it. So I ordered a variety pack, 12 packs, you know, $20, and I thought I want to try this electrolyte thing because that's half my battle is if I want to have a drink, I don't want the sugars,
Mm-hmm.
the sugary drinks, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, a lot of times then I have my White Claw or
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
something else. So
Well, I've
yeah.
also heard people say if they go out to a social event and they are having the drinks, they will alternate between having a drink and having water for the in between of the
Right.
next drink. So the
Mhm.
hydration is a big component.
Yeah, I agree. So, you know, when you look at the holidays, you don't have to drink. You can if you want. We gave
Mhm.
you a whole bunch
Lots of
of
options.
healthy options.
Lots of
Um,
options.
you know, if the social distancing right now, you know, you can do things together like watch a movie, make all of these little extra things feel so special,
Right.
you know, especially when you're confined.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what did we cover everything? I think we're
I
pretty
think we did.
good.
We have a lot packed in here.
We did, and I know this one got a little longer, but it's okay. It's we just want to make sure that you are well prepared going into this holiday
Right.
season coming up, and you know you're well prepared.
Yeah.
You're well
We have
prepared.
lots of
So
options here. You can take this and expand it out, but you have enough of the basics that you understand how to have a responsible social gathering if you want to add
mhm,
alcohol. If you're not, you have a lot of options here on
mhm,
non-alcohol. Cherie has provided so many options for making the table beautiful, for having good foods, for having things that's appealing. And there's a variety of different things that you can choose from this and choose from that and add your own little twist to it. Like I love the fact that
mhm,
you can do some of the vegetables and it's pre-done for you. Like I am going to be looking for that because I like shish
mhm.
kebabs, but it's just like I'm the one that's like chopping and dicing like that. I don't mind doing because it doesn't require a lot of cooking. I'm keeping things in its natural state, and I think that's the difference between me and people who cook. They always say I prepare because I want something that's clean, that's easy, and that doesn't require a lot of the nutritional value being pulled from the food. But I do enjoy a great steak from time to time. I can't eat a big ribeye, but I can maybe eat a little filet mignon, you know what I mean? So I do appreciate everything you shared. I'm going to take a couple of those tips. I love the cucumber as a nice little appetizer for people to nibble on. I like the prosciutto wrapped around the asparagus, the jalapeno. You shared a lot of great tips.
Well, and they look fancier. They're simple, but they look fancier, you know, like the cucumber slice, just add some capers on top. What are those?
Really cute.
You know,
and it's got a nice little taste of the capers too.
Yeah. So I think the main thing too is keep it simple.
Yes.
Keep it simple so that you can enjoy your time as well. And, you know, take your walks, self-care, lower your stress, keep your sugar low.
Yes.
You know, so.
And I'll tell you what, I would love to hear from people who've actually seen this and incorporated some of these tips and suggestions that we offer. We're here because we are passionate about health and wellness, and we want to be able to help you to utilize simple strategies to take your health into your own hands. This is a lifestyle, so it's like learning how to incorporate these practices that you can make your own.
Right, and if you want to be notified when we have another video up, just subscribe to our YouTube channel. Give us a thumbs up too. We have our last page on our slides. Oh, right here. Thanks for being with us. Again, I'm Cherie Lynn. Here's my Instagram and my Facebook page and groups. And Beverly.
Yep, I have had such a wonderful time with you, Cherie. Thank you so much. For anyone who has additional questions, we had a slide for questions and answers. If there's something that you wanted, I think there's a way for you to put comments and we can respond to those at that time. I am so thrilled to have had the opportunity to share with you alongside Cherie, and I wish you all the best and the safest of the holidays as you go forward into this season of celebration and our social distancing guidelines are being eased.
Yeah. Well, thanks again, everybody. Thanks, Beverly.
All right, Cherie, thanks. Take care. Enjoy all that food. And go walking when you finish.
I'm going to have to go walk the dog when I'm done. Yeah.
All right. Well,
take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay, stop video.
Yeah, mine still. Stop. Why does it still say recording?